Okay, we're certainly going to ask head coach, Virginia State University football, Latrell D. Scott, to please come out and be recognized. The newest Trojan. Latrell brings a wealth of experience here to Virginia State University. He has 12 years of coaching experience. He is a proven winner, and that is certainly the direction that we are looking to move our football program in this year. So please, as I turn it over to Latrell, who will certainly introduce his wife. Thank you.
Thank you. She's really been on me about making sure I include my wife in this whole thing, but believe me, that's not a question. I'd like to start with obviously thanking Dr. Miller, Colonel Dial, and obviously Ms. Davis for choosing me for this post. It's something that we've worked on for a long time, and we're thrilled to be here. And everyone here knows that I've been through a lot in the last 15 months, and I've got a great group of family, and I've got a great group of friends that have supported me through this thing. That without them, I wouldn't be standing here before you, and it's kind of an emotional situation because I know that I'm very lucky to be here standing before you, and I'm very lucky to have that group of people. And when I think about other groups that have helped me get through this thing, I think about two teams. One team is the team that I left at the University of Richmond, and the other team is the team that embraced me at James Madison University. And those are two great groups of kids. Believe me, if you ever think you can't learn anything from young people, you're dead wrong, because those people told me that those two groups of kids showed me that it was okay to make a mistake and that it was okay to bounce back. And those kids forgave me on both ends, and believe me, that helped me in my process to move on. I sat around the house for a few days, and I thought about what I wanted to do with my future. And I was sitting around, and I got an email from my high school basketball coach, Chip Carter. And it was a story about Ron Washington, who was the head coach of the Texas Rangers. And Coach Washington had some issues and was thinking about walking away from the game of baseball. And he said he was walking around one day and thought about all the things that he could do. And he said, well, I'm pretty good at baseball, so I better just bounce back and stick to that. And from that point on, I moved on and made my decision to get back into impacting the lives of these guys. Talking about how we got here to this day, Peggy and I got together through a mutual friend of mine, and we decided to talk. We sat down and talked, and she said, Latrell, she said, can you meet me at 10 a.m.? I said, sure, no problem. Well, the next thing I know, it was 6:30, and Peggy and I talked all day, so maybe she'll pay me for the 8 hours that I put in that day. But, it was just one of these things where, I walked in, and she said, Latrell, how can you help us win? I said, well, Peggy, I said, the first thing that we both have to understand is we have to help each other win. And I think when we look around this place and you look at the beauty of Virginia State and you look at all that this place has to offer, you have to understand that this place is a hidden gem. There are people on this campus today that have never been to Virginia State, and we want to continue to do that. We want to make this place one of the better places in the state of Virginia, in the CIAA, in the NCAA, and all of college football, because we believe that this place is as special as any other. I had the opportunity to meet with a great group of kids yesterday. They came in, and we sat down and we talked, and those guys really didn't know me and I didn't know them. But at the end of a 90-minute meeting, I think we formed a bond. We went out and we had a team activity, and we did something together that a lot of players and coaches don't do. We went in and we restructured our weight room. So so I met these guys at 2 o'clock, and by 6 o'clock we had a brand new structure in our weight room, and that was a project that we embarked upon together, because that was something that we wanted to do as a team. These guys want to get better, they want to win, and I really think they're a special group of guys. And when you put yourself in a situation like this, you have to make sure that you can manage it. And I am in the process of assembling what I think is probably one of the better staffs that I've ever been around. It's a great group of guys, and I'm not at liberty really to talk about a lot of these guys right now, but it's going to be a unique group of guys. It's not going to be a group of guys that are just Division II coaches or guys from the CIAA or guys from just anywhere. There'll be guys that have Division I experience. There'll be a bunch of guys with ties to the state. There'll be a bunch of guys from all walks of life. We're going to have a great group of guys. And if we look at what we plan to do at Virginia State, the only way that we can win is if, A, we take care of those guys that are in the back corner. We have to make sure that we take care of our student athletes, that we nurture those guys, we make sure that those guys are successful academically, and make sure that we develop those guys athletically. And the next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we recruit the state of Virginia. We need to make sure that we have a local, regional, national approach to this thing. I mean, I was telling Peggy when we met, there are 3 state champions on Route 10. And we need to make sure that we take Route 10 and get wherever we need to go. And, from that standpoint, we're going to make sure that when people come to Petersburg to see us play, that there's going to be a local product. There's going to be an exciting local product, making sure that we have the ability to be the best that we can be. We have a lot of work to do as a team. We talked about it yesterday with those guys. We talked about it as a staff. We understand what we have to do, but we're here for the challenge. This program has won before. This program has won the CIAA before. This program has competed at a national level before, and we plan on getting these guys back to that point. But we need as much support as we can possibly get to where we need to go. It won't be easy, but as I told the guys yesterday, we plan on starting right now. If you ask those guys what our saying, what our motto, what our mantra will be for this season, it's right now. There's no better place or no better time than to start Trojan football than right now. Thank you.